The New York Times has something at the first page of its website today talking about homelessness and homeless people and what a problem they are. And yet I've talked about it so many times. I have spent years writing about the failure of social systems to address the needs of homeless people. I have talked about this literally for the past 5 years. I really have, you know? I mean, I've talked about the conditions that that most people have to live in homeless shelters. I've talked about the dysfunction of most of the staff. I've talked about the lack of education of most of the staff. I've talked about the abusive behavior of many of the staff towards homeless people, and that is across the board true in every homeless shelter that I've ever been in. I've talked about the total absence of things that would really, almost total absence of things that would help people move on with their lives. The people who are able to get out, who end up in homelessness but who are able to get out of it, are the people who already had the skills to get out, who just happen to be in a situation where they did not have enough money to get a place to live. The people who are able to pass through that system, it usually takes at least a year. Sometimes it can take a couple of years, but the people who are able to get out of it are the ones who really only just needed a place to sleep at night and some food, right? And maybe a couple of other resources. They're the ones who already know how to work. They're the ones who already know how to do job interviews. They're the ones who already have enough social skills. They're the ones who already know how to save money. They're the ones who know how to do those things. They're the ones who know how to access whatever help is actually available in terms of case management, that kind of thing, which there really doesn't tend to be at most homeless shelters. And pretty much the people who are chronically homeless are the ones who never really had those skills in the first place. And there is no attempt to help those people, really. I mean, there's a couple training programs. There are always things like service programs, you know, which people can get through them sometimes, you know, and those can be helpful to a certain extent. But, you know, I mean, I have talked and written about the bad conditions in homeless shelters, right? And the very low expectations that people have of what homeless people are capable of. Yeah, I mean, you need to have a